Hello, I just wanted to drop by today and speak about a unexpected outcome, an unfortunate and unexpected outcome of doing the personal development work, of engaging in more self-love and more self-care. And that is having to work extra hard to attain opportunities and having to advocate for yourself even harder or even more than once before, even more than you did in your past. And what I mean by this is that as you embark on your personal development journey, you're transforming, you're increasing your standards, you carry yourself differently, you walk with more confidence, you speak with more confidence, you speak like you know yourself, because you do know yourself. You have that self-knowledge, you have that self-awareness, you embody authenticity, you, unknown to you, exude a certain level of power and self-assuredness. And in this world where we're constantly being distracted by one thing or the other, whether it's a work or connection or relationships, there's a lot of distractions that hinder us from being able to truly invest in ourselves. And when you've been able to work hard and attain a certain level of self-knowledge and self-love, it'll show. It'll just radiate off of you. It will show in the way you interact with others and you carry yourself. That being said, you become a threat now, right? When once upon a time you didn't know yourself, you didn't have the self-confidence, you were too scared or too timid to take up space, now you do take up space. And that is threatening for many because sometimes it mirrors to them certain inadequacies. And because they feel inadequate and you're the source of that, they're going to be much more hesitant to help you. And I've just realized in my journey where I once thought that the more personal development work that I do, the more seamless things in life would be. And to some extent that is the case. Things are far more seamless when it comes to discernment and being able to associate with people and associate with things and put myself in good positions. You know, that has improved. I have better discernment, better self-knowledge, so I'm able to situate myself in beneficial situations and positions. That's great. But when dealing with others, they may take you as a threat, especially if you're a woman, especially if you're young, especially if you have some sort of attractiveness to you. Those may work against you in conjunction with that personal development work and that self-knowledge that you possess. And you'll find that people are much more hesitant to support you and provide you with certain opportunities because they think that you already have it all. They think that you've already made it to a certain position and you don't need to elevate even more. They feel that you trying to do better for yourself is just being too greedy or too ambitious, if there is such a thing. So long as you're not harming others or yourself and your ambitions, I don't really see a problem with ambition, but others may. And they seek to stop you from attaining even more because where you are is further than where they are, so they think. And this has been the case for people who externally seem to be in a much further position than me. They were in leadership positions, high earning, very well respected, yet still were threatened by my presence and still didn't want to present me with certain opportunities, you know. And that was so disappointing to see, but it also made me look at myself in a new way and realize, wow, look how far I've come, that I'm a threat, you know. If you don't have competitors, if you don't have people who see you as a threat, are you dreaming big enough? Are you living up to your fullest potential? Because Before I knew myself, before I was self-aware, people were much more compassionate towards me because they didn't see me as a threat. So that's the unfortunate truth about personal development work, about knowing yourself and acting accordingly and advocating for yourself. Even you're going to have to learn to advocate for yourself and not give up. If one person says no to you, try another person. If they say no to you, try somebody else, or speak to their superior. I have had to do that. I have had to go directly to a few people's bosses or supervisors to advocate for myself, because for whatever reason, the individual that I had initially met with wasn't receptive towards me. They were taking their sweet time, even though I was under time constraints. They didn't seem to care, and they were aware of those time constraints. They didn't really care, and that could have been detrimental to me, So don't take that as a sign that you're wrong. Don't take it as a sign that you're doing something wrong, or that you're regressing, or that you're not on the right trajectory, because you are on the right trajectory. It's just sometimes people see your potential sooner than you see it. And even though you're not in the same position that they are, they see the potential for you to be in that position even sooner than they attained it, or to even surpass them. If they think you could potentially surpass them, trust and believe that they will hold you back, that they're not going to give you a helping hand, that they will delay you. They may even give you bad advice to stall you for a bit. They know they can't stop you entirely. You're too far on your journey for that. But they know that they can delay you, or confuse you, or disorient you, or disempower you temporarily. They may try, but they won't stop you unless you allow it. So keep going. If you notice these things occurring, you're not crazy. It is happening. Things are a little harder when it comes to interpersonal connections, when it comes to networking, and that shouldn't discourage you. Just keep going. And that should actually empower you to create your own roads, to create your own opportunities, to rely less on others, to step into more of that leadership position, right? Don't let that dumb yourself down. Of course, be discerning, be strategic, and be aware of the types of individuals you're interacting with. Feel free to reach out. Feel free to share your personal experiences for the sake of growth and community and education. And I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.